Yes, this meeting is being recorded. Welcome to episode 102 of the PACT Live podcast. I'm your host, Bruiser Carter, along with my family. I am joined here today with Mr. Demond, guys.
Oh, thank you for having me, as always.
My brother, Mr. Cut Carter.
Cutthroat.
And Jalen Benjamin.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, how are you guys doing, man?
Bro, life is great.
Yes, sir.
Love to hear. Carter, how are you?
Good.
How's life for you, Bruiser?
I always like when you guys ask me that question. It's good. Made the Arizona State announcement last week, so yes, I'll be a Sun Devil for a year, maybe for even longer. But I will be attending Arizona State University in Phoenix this upcoming summer. I also would like to add that the magazines are out. They're now available, selling through Memorial Day. Get them now. A portion will be donated to my late cousin Shayla and her scholarship fund. Majority of the donation will go there. So get some great sports content. Also support scholarships, man, for the students.
Yeah,
Be on the
beautiful
lookout for it.
stuff.
Yes, sir. Demond, how are you doing, man?
Good, man. Kept watching this NBA basketball. Lots of it.
Yeah, it is postseason time. We'll get our official predictions in. We start a little late, but we're still gonna get them in. But before we start, we will start with the NFL. We gotta start about the breaking news. We're in Atlanta, and Julio Jones doesn't want to be a Falcon anymore. On Undisputed this morning, Shannon Sharp called Julio Jones. Julio just told him straight up, "Yeah, I don't want to be there, man. I don't see myself being there." He said he don't want to be a Cowboy as well. So, and they said the Falcons Julio told the Falcons earlier in the month, according to Ian Rappaport, that he didn't want to be there. He wanted to get traded. So they've been fielding offers. And Adam Schefter tweeted 6 hours ago, the Falcons prefer not to trade Julio Jones in the NFC, but would do so for the right price. Guys, where we consider Julio an all-time great Super Bowl Super Bowl catches against the Patriots. Just a big athletic Alabama great receiver, first round pick. Where will Julio Jones go?
My guess is Seattle, Green Bay, or that's really it.
Tell me why.
Honestly, I just feel like those guys will probably be able to give the Falcons what they will want ultimately, like realistically at this time. Everyone else is pretty much either knock themselves out the race, or I don't think they'll be willing to spend as much. But if you think about it, two great quarterbacks that, they're looking to take the next step in their careers. Like, I would be pushing to get an all-time great receiver in Julio if I was Russ or Aaron at this given moment. But, that's pretty much my take on it.
Okay. Demond?
I'd have to say after looking at the cap this afternoon that I think Tennessee is the most likely to land his spot. I think if they're willing to come off draft picks, Mike Vrabel being a player's coach and knowing that those guys already want. I mean, Derrick Henry is already working out with Julio, same trainer. AJ Brown, that's his idol, already said he come up with 11. Picture swap photo. If you look closely at AJ Brown's jersey, I think they play like week 4. It says, "Please come to Tennessee." So this is something that he's wanted for the longest. So I think it'd be interesting. They gave Tannehill money a while back and just invest in that. And this is a team not too far removed from an AFC Championship appearance. So you're looking at the Bills last season to say in that game, you don't really feel like they really had a chance to beat the Chiefs. Maybe you go back to the Titans formula. Derrick Henry, he's going to be a monster in the postseason. But now you can't stack the box because you're leaving one-on-ones with Julio and AJ Brown.
For me, I was kind of leaning towards maybe a division rival for the Tennessee Titans. I was thinking the Colts, getting Carson Wentz, his best receiver he has ever had in his career, just helping him in Indy. I know Michael Pittman was coming on strong at the end of the season, but he is still developing to that star receiver at this point. We're getting a guaranteed threat with Julio Jones staying healthy. And similar to the Titans, the Colts are they are a run dominant team with Jonathan Taylor as well, Marlon Mack, and have a great defense to support them and they have conference championship aspirations in the AFC. So I think the Colts aren't a question. And also like New England, getting Mac Jones or Cam Newton, a true number one wide receiver threat, haven't had since Edelman maybe or Randy Moss, depending on how you want to slice it up. So maybe I'm looking. I don't think they'll trade him in conference. I don't think they want to see Julio in the NFC unless they have to see him. So I think out of conference, I like the Colts or the Patriots. Carter, what about you?
I also think out of conference makes sense. I don't. Every powerhouse team in the NFC already kind of made their bid or signed their death wish as far as cap goes with money. So no good team in the NFC will be able to really get him. Like actively was good last season. The Bucks can't get him. The Saints can't get him. Packers can't get him. Seahawks can't get him. Any of those teams, I feel like they have to trade something that they don't want to trade to get them just to make the money work. So, and then like Seattle situation, they don't have no picks this year, and I know the Falcons are in like they're not saying they're rebuilding, but they're rebuilding. So they want draft compensation, like immediate draft compensation, not 2023 or 2024. They need it now. And based on their GM and where he coming from that Saints umbrella, I know how he's thinking. Like, well, not know, but if he's thinking how, our organization is run, then he's thinking immediate. Like he's not thinking 2-3 years. He's thinking soon because he knows, his job as a black GM. He can't really do too much messing up. So in terms of where I'll say I agree with you with the New England. I don't really know too much about the Titans situation. The Titans make sense though. I know Derrick Henry said he want them, so that'll make sense. But Patriots are my number one, and if I had to pick an NFC team, I'd go with the Niners.
How do we feel about Julio being 32 years old? He's an aging elite. We still consider Julio elite. I don't know if that's out of respect for Julio, but things like that. But he has been plagued with injuries in his career that he hasn't played a complete season. Do you still think his value is a first round pick, as though these reports are saying?
Probably not a first, but somewhere in that second to third round pick range, I would say, realistically, just because of the injury history. I mean, I don't know. He didn't play many games last year, but it just goes to show you, like, at this given stage, he does need to go to a run-dominant team. Just being less wear and tear on the body, like the mom was saying earlier, and it just makes the most sense. But yeah, he's not worth a first right now. I can't do that. 32 injuries, can't give up a first.
I think the talent, as far as teams knowing who they're getting outside, the attention that Julio does bring when he's on the field is going to warrant them a first. There's things to think about in terms of if it was to be a second and third round pick. You have to consider Julio's contract. You also have to consider if there was injury history and will he be available for you. As I was speaking to in the chat, if a team like the Ravens was to emerge as a candidate for him, their run philosophy is not going to change. Julio is just going to come in and be a number one where teams have to respect him on the outside. So a franchise looking to bring Julio's services in, they're probably going to have to come off at first, but they're going to have to make it worthwhile. And I think a team like the Ravens or the Titans, knowing what he would bring to your offense, it has to be worthwhile.
For me, I'm leaning towards like we talked about it a little bit with when the Rams traded for Stafford and how they see themselves as a postseason team, so they don't need their first because their first is always going to be in their minds a late 20 or early 30s. So I think if he goes to a team that's contending for a championship realistically, then that team should pull that trigger. But if you're a team that's like, oh, we had a receiver, we can potentially go. If it's not guaranteed, I don't think that team should give up that first. A second or third in that tandem will be better. But if you're like the teams that are favorites, like the Buccaneers, Rams, Chiefs, Ravens, you're one of those that you feel like you're guaranteed to make it to the conference championship game. I think then you could give up a first for Julio.
You don't think he worked the first?
It depends what team.
I'm saying, but if you the Falcons, do you give him up for anything less than the first? You know what they say, like when you get a divorce, it's cheaper to keep her. If I can't get you for a first, I'll keep you.
I think we could. I don't know. That's a good question. I don't think. If you're right. If you're
I
the
think
Falcons, you would go get.
based on the previous deals, a first wouldn't probably be necessarily looking at DeAndre Hopkins, who's probably at this point surpassed Julio as the best in the undefined best receiver in the league. So, what he went for a third?
Second and David Johnson.
You feel me? So, but
Disrespectful.
I know what you mean disrespectful.
I'm saying what they traded for Hop was disrespectful.
Yeah, what I'm saying. So at this point, Julio, he said he want to be on a contender. So I mean, I don't.
That's what I'm saying. Like the Patriots not a contender though. That's the only reason why my mind didn't go there. If I had to pick,
but I think you're right. Then based on last season, they are on a contender. I think he does have a relationship with Cam though. I think that's his homie. I think everybody got great respect for Bill Belichick. So maybe he thinking, with me, we making the offs. But Julio, honestly, he's not gonna be on the field all 17 games. If he's not gonna play 17 or close to 17 games, then they won't be a playoff. They won't be a contender. But as far as if he's saying contender, like I think contender, then he's thinking Baltimore, which I would love to see.
Yeah, that's the only thing that would really make the most sense. But I don't know. I don't know Baltimore's situation.
I don't think they trade him to Kansas City, and I don't think Kansas City would need him. They really don't.
No.
But I mean, they plug him in though, and they keep him on anything, like they let Tyreek and Miko handle the deep stuff and let him do the mid-range passes. Goodness, that'll open it up for them. But I think as far as contender in his mind, Ravens, that would make sense. And I feel like the Ravens didn't address the receiver need like they should have. I don't think they made the right picks to me to be like.
He been nice though.
I like Bateman. I like Sammy Watkins. Well, formerly, I like old Sammy Watkins. I don't know what Sammy Watkins we're getting. I like Tylen Wallace a little bit, but I don't think they made the right decision for a number one receiver. None of those guys say number one to me. Hollywood switching back to 5 don't make him a number one either. So,
and that's he needs to produce on the field. I don't know what he's been doing, but he need to produce. I think Bateman hasn't.
Yeah.
Bateman got a chance for sure to be a number one, but you got to get out there and play, bro. But Bateman's nice.
I think
we'll see.
Is like, everybody know Julio Walker. He's like, I'm the number one. Hi guys, but I think they could benefit from that. That could help them in the long run.
Exactly. You seen what that did for Calvin Ridley? Now he the number one. Learning underneath that boy Julio. I mean, he was already nice.
Words of my friend Carl, my boy. I got 7 Life Carl on Twitter. I got to shout my boy out. Him and the once in a lifetime tight end gonna have fits when Julio's gone, because Julio used to demand a double with a bump, all kind of stuff. Now it's gonna be, show me how good you are.
I think them going down makes sense, knowing that they were gonna move out Julio in the summer. Now it makes sense.
That makes the pick make more sense. And they probably just didn't want to release that information before the draft, not to make fans mad or whatever. But the Pitts pick makes sense. I still think they might regret not getting Jamar, but the Pitts pick makes sense.
Only time will tell.
Yeah. Last time, if you knew you was losing.
The other receiver. So who's going
Russell Gage?
Gage gonna be number 2 now.
They got Cordero Patterson too in free agency.
Stop, Bruiser.
That's ugly.
I'm being serious. That's
the kick return specialist.
They still got Hayden Hurst too. The backup Pitts. Or maybe they both play 2 tight end sets. Arthur Smith coming from Tennessee. John Smith got active. Especially in the red zone, he gets creative. Maybe that's what they bring into Atlanta.
Did they let Todd Gurley walk?
Yeah, he's not there anymore. Mike Davis, Tom.
Oh yeah, he finna eat.
That's a running back too. A pretty good running back, a decent college running back. He's pretty fast. Yeah, I'm gonna have to ride with Russell Gage is the number 2 for Tigers.
NFLSU. Last thing before we go to the NBA. How'd you guys?
One more thing, bro. I want to point that out. That's a crazy starting lineup at the receiving core because you number 1 receiver Alabama, number 2 LSU, and your tight ends Florida. Just
And if they trash, it's the SEC fault.
You only produce elite talent, sir.
Not the Boston College quarterback, not the ACC fault. We're not gonna blame him.
Nope.
Yeah.
That's a Hall
It's
of Fame.
really nice. Yeah, he's a Hall. They need to protect him better.
They really blame Matt for a lot of their problems, and I know people are sad to see Julio leave, but as a fan who's seen some of his favorite players lead the team, it'll get better. It's okay.
This usually happens.
It was bound to happen.
Yeah, don't stay with you. Michael Thomas, he might be on the way out soon.
The quarterback wins. Quarterback always wins.
Russell Wilson leaves.
They're good.
Be on the looking out. And Tyler Lockett, ain't that right, Demar?
Nope.
Last thing, NFL. How'd you guys feel about people was a little uproar on Twitter that Shannon Sharp called Julio, and he said it on there. People think, well, did Julio know, or did they've had this planned out? Personally, I think it was planned out. I know AJ Brown tweeted that that was lame with what you did, but I do think that Julio and him talked about it going on there. And maybe it could have went better, like the flow of it, but I think like their mission was to him to finally say, I don't want to be there anymore.
Do people not know that Julio, like, people not know that Shannon Sharp's on TV between the hours of 7 and 11 on a Monday through Friday? Like,
I don't know that.
No. Where else he gonna be? That's his job. Like, it ain't like it's a secret job. Like, people work a 9 to 5 Monday through Friday. I know what you're doing between the hours of 9 to 5. I won't call you, or you won't call me. You know what I'm saying? Unless it's like, I'm gonna call you back. I'm gonna call you back. Like, we'll say that. Shannon called him before, and he said, "I'm gonna call you back." And then they said Julio called him. Is that not what happened? From what I heard, it was Julio was returning the call. So if he called me, I'm gonna answer. You know where I'm at. But again, I think it was planned too. I don't think he would have did that. Put him in the spot like that. And anybody that got a comment about it could have, tried to find out about it before they say something. But everybody want to run on Twitter and be the big dog and call somebody lame. How about you go catch some balls in practice?
Scathing hot take.
What about you, Demai? How you felt about it, bud?
The man's phone was literally connected to the studio audio. That tells you all you need to know.
Exactly. I'm like, dog, Shannon is a professional, bro. Like, he wouldn't do that. And he's an advocate for players.
He knows.
Like,
he knows him.
And like I seen a report that said Julio's been telling them for months now that he wanted to be out. So he probably feel like, yo, I need to put some fire under their behind. So, like, this was a way to do it.
Plus,
I like it.
Took a picture with the Cowboys shirt with the fan that was making the rounds on social media too. So I mean, yeah.
Honestly, I think it comes down to this too. They said they can't trade him until after June 1st. What's next week?
June 1st.
All right, like it. Will be interesting to see. Are you guys ready to talk about some NBA postseason talk?
Man, I've been ready for this, dog. Here we go. It's finna get rowdy.
All right. Where do we want to start? Do we want to give out our NBA awards? Let's do our awards first. How about that? Let's get the regular season awards out of the way. The NBA announced the finalists for each 6 of the NBA awards. We will start with most valuable player. The nominees are Stephen Curry from the Warriors, Joel Embiid of the Sixers, and Nikola Jokic from the Nuggets. Who is winning MVP? My bad. Who is winning MVP? Did you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh.
I can tell you who's winning MVP.
Who won
The Joker. Look at the guy's production this year. 26, 10, and I believe 8 assists. Plus your team was the 3rd seed going into the playoffs in the West. Your value to that team is just outstanding. Plus you're winning. That's what they all base it off of. A winning situation and incredible numbers. Nikola Jokic fits that bill. When I look around, and also he played majority of the games this season.
He didn't miss no games.
He didn't miss any games, now that I think about it.
Yep.
So with those 3 things taken into account, there's no way you can't give it to him. That's the only not. I would give it to Joel Embiid if he played all the games. in the season because I feel like he's been the most dominant. Plus, his team is the number one team in the East. But with that being said, and how it's falling, got to give it to Jokic. I'm not even going to address the Curry stuff because it's just silly. They didn't make the playoffs. And, you know, they love to give this award based off winning. We saw that. They've robbed countless players of MVPs because of, they weren't in a winning situation. But, you know, when you giving out awards like this, when it's individual player, you have to kind of set that aside. But that's a whole totally different beef I have with the way they give out MVPs in the league. But in short, Joker, MVP should be unanimous.
Carter, you don't think it's rigged this year, right? You think they will get it right this year?
If anybody other than Nikola Jokic wins the MVP, it is rigged. It's that simple.
Simple as that.
It's not. It stopped being a race when Embiid got hurt. To be honest, that's when it stopped being a race. I know Dame climbed the ladder, then they fell off a little bit, so he fell, and his team still only ended up getting the 6th seed.
Yep.
Curry has been playing out his mind. I get it, but it's called the MVP award and not the PPG award. So I don't understand why outside of PPG, what reason did he have to even be in the conversation? And it's like nobody else ever gets in the conversation for PPG. So it's just let's just keep it moving and give it to Nikola Jokic. Bradley Beal didn't win it last year. When Melo was led the league in points, he didn't win it. It's just, it's and every time LeBron won it, he didn't even lead the league in points per game. So it's like, come on, it's just get the boy played out his mind. The kid elevated his game. He averaged a double-double, almost a triple-double.
How can you not get that to him? Like
he's a center. That's another thing. He's 6'11". Like it ain't like he's. I thought this would be Luka's. You know what I'm saying? Before I thought Luka would be the person, foreigner or not black person to win in this. This little current stretch we on. But Nikola literally got better. I didn't know he could get better.
And he was winning without Jamal Murray.
He was winning without Jamal Murray. He was winning without. Really, if you look at that team now, from what they had last year and this year, the fact that they still was that good is that says a lot. Aaron Gordon is a help, though. I'm not going to diss Aaron Gordon, but and Michael Porter, but he's not consistent, but he's good too. So again, for him to be winning and he'll lead the league team in rebounds, points. I think he lead the team in rebounds, points, and assists. Actually, so yeah, come on.
All right.
No way you can't give it to me.
Come on, no debate here, right?
Agree.
All right, let's go. Defensive player of the year, we have Rudy Gobert of the Jazz, Draymond Green of the Warriors, and Ben Simmons of the Philadelphia 76ers.
This is gonna cause an argument, I can see. I think but then again, I don't know. We all kind of be on the same page about one of those.
For this year, I don't think it should go to Gobert again. I believe they say the analytics, his defense analytics are like all time great. They're saying it should go to Ben Simmons. What things he do, he's able to shut down, or not shut down, not the right word, but limit your best guard to having below his points per game average. Having lower than that is just exceptional. Steals, fast breaks off of turnovers. I think Ben Simmons should be awarded for his incredible play, and he should be a defensive player of the year.
I want to go, but I'm gonna let DeMond go since he didn't go last time.
I'm gonna take Rudy Gobert, defensive player of the year. I think this would be his 3rd time winning it. Just what he does for the Jazz, number 1 seed, same team as last year. And I'm happy Quinn Snyder got some head coach of the year recognition because they took the same team and got better. Of course, you have to take consideration injuries to the Lakers and whatnot, but what Gobert does for that team on the defensive end is unmatched without the league. The reason I would say, and I know what Draymond brings to the table, he's been exceptional as always on the defensive end, and Ben Simmons as well. But my debate with Ben Simmons is they also have 2 great other defenders. One also on the perimeter, with Thibault. So I have to take that in consideration. Ben being able to not have to guard that number 1 matchup. Gobert, there's no if, ands, or buts what he does in the post. And 2nd in the league in blocks. We know what he does on the defensive end, consistently shot contending, I got to give it to Gobert. That'll be his third, and he'll be one away from tying Ben Wallace. And no, I was just looking at it. He'll be in a 3-way tie for 4 if he can get one more. So
that's Hall of Fame. That's a Hall of Fame resume.
Yes. Oh, Dwight. Dwight has 2, I believe.
What?
I have to check.
That's a Hall of Fame resume. If he 3 Defense Player of the Years. Carter, who's your Defense Player of the Year winner?
Okay, hold up. I'm trying to get my stuff.
I know who it should be, but he ain't a finalist.
I'm gonna ask you that question, Jalen. Don't you worry.
But yeah, I'm gonna get back into it. The out of those 3, I gotta go with Ben Simmons. Again, I do think, well, like I agree with what Bruce said, but as far as him guarding guards, it's not fair because he is a forward, but he plays point guard. So height mismatch is an advantage. But however, the thing people underestimate about him is that he can keep up with them, even though he's bigger. Like most big forwards and centers can't guard a point guard because they're too slow. Ben is fast enough and quick enough to guard them on the perimeter, and he's bigger than them, so inside is over with. And on top of that, he can recover well. He gonna block the shot. He gets steals. He's very good off the ball. I mean, this is just his. I feel like this is the moment for. This is a big moment for him to finally get some accolades, some recognition in the league where everybody kind of downs him because of his lack of a shooting ability. So now he's showing that I can't shoot, yes, but I play defense great. So now this DPOY could set him off on a trajectory to win some other stuff and get more recognition for his game. However, if he don't win it, then I think Draymond should win it. Gobert.
Get that head out your heart.
No, it's not hate. He's good in the post. He's good down low. But again, when it comes to a switch where I get him on a guard, what is he going to do?
Oh, wow. We got some breaking news on the podcast. We got the 6th Man of the Year winner, Jordan Clarkson, officially.
Duh. That was who I picked.
Is that everybody else picked? It was Ingles, Clarkson, and D Rose.
My pick as well.
Amazing.
Oh, good job. Shout out Jordan Clarkson, man.
Amazing.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I really didn't like the other nominees.
I think
to be honest,
could have made it over Ingles.
Brunson is hooping. He has been hooping consistently.
Yeah.
Low key. It's like low key. Gotta check the stat sheet, but he's been pretty good since like February.
Yep.
Ingles, I don't like when they nominate 2 people on the same team, but Ingles is good. Don't get me wrong, off the bench now.
They just fall off the bench. Both of them go off.
Oh, but I wanted to remind you, Demond, it's not the same team because Ingles comes off the bench now because they added Bogdanovich, who did go off yesterday or the day before, whenever they played. Yesterday.
Bogdanovich was on there last year. He was hurt.
He was? Oh, my bad. I didn't know he was. I thought he was still with the Pacers last year.
Nah, that Bogdanovich was hurt last year.
Okay, that's why.
Jalen, to get back to DPOY conversation, Bam Adebayo was not nominated. Was he your original winner, bud?
He was.
Tell me
why.
He
was. The guy took a huge step this year. I feel as if he's the defensive player of the year in my heart, and this is not biased. I just believe he can guard 1 through 5 at an elite level. When you look at the guy, a lot of things are stat driven, and I can understand that. I even make the mistake of letting stats drive, but sometimes people do things that don't show up on the stat sheet. And I feel like Bam does that night in and night out. Communication, making sure that everyone's where they're supposed to be on any given time on the defensive floor. Him and Jimmy do a great job of that. And also, the guy's a rim protector. He can guard on the perimeter. He can do anything you ask him to. Even slowing down Giannis Antetokounmpo, a former MVP. You gotta look at his resume. But if I had to pick a guy out of the 3 guys that we said, I would say Draymond for the same exact reason. What he does for his team doesn't always show up on the stat sheet. Communication, grit, and also defensive rebounding is also important. But the guy can also guard 1 through 5. I just feel as if we talking about like who's the best defensive player currently right now, it should go to Draymond, but I can understand how people would pick Ben. Ben has been impressive all year. Gobert. The only knock on Rudy, and I'm gonna speak, and I'm gonna be nice to Rudy. Rudy is great inside, but in this given stage, like how the game looks, you have to be able to guard on the perimeter. You have to. At this given point, it's just you can scheme against that. Oh, you're only good in the paint. Oh, we can draw you out. If you come across the wrong team with a stretch 4 or a stretch 5, bro, you're cooked. You're done. Or if you go small, you got to take Gobert out the game. It's just he's not versatile enough to be the defensive player of the year 3 times in a row. Like it's just no.
Well, it wouldn't be in a row, but I get what you're saying.
Yeah, not in a row, but 3 times. Like, nah, that's just no.
So
it's
you
not
have
happening.
Draymond winning it out of the 3.
I think Draymond should win it.
Okay, gotcha.
If we talking off of who's clearly been the best defensive player all year, it should be Draymond.
I got you. All
Much
right.
respect to those other guys, though.
All right, we move on. We did the second of the year. We move on to the rookie of the year. The nominees are LaMelo Ball of the Hornets, Anthony Edwards from the Timberwolves, and Tyrese Haliburton from the Sacramento Kings. Who we got? I'm going LaMelo. My preseason prediction. He led his team, not I won't say lead, but he helped his team go to the play-in game of the tournament. I know he missed time due to injury, so that might give Ant-Man a little bit more like credentials over him. I'm still riding with LaMelo. Oh, as you know, winning matters. He played a game that matters. Play-in stats were recorded, even though he didn't play as well in that game. But I'm going LaMelo, triple B's.
No, it should be Ant-Man. I don't understand. It's always a popularity contest. The kid played unbelievable all year, didn't miss no time for real. I mean, you got to account for LaMelo missing time. Like he's great. He's been a great rookie. And his future is bright. But if I'm looking at it as who was the best player this year from a rookie standpoint, it's Anthony Edwards, bro. Straight dog.
I'm gonna agree with Jalen. I also have Anthony Edwards. Melo missed that time, and it's gonna hurt him because Anthony Edwards played every game, 72. In addition to that, I just think about the moments. You think about the dunk. And Melo, of course, had his flashy plays, underhand passes, and whatnot. But Anthony Edwards, I'm talking 30-point battles with Dame and knocked down clutch shots against LeBron. I mean, come on. Ant was there, and he stepped up to the plate. And I'm looking forward to see how a healthier deloading and Cat being a facilitator and what Minnesota can do. But I got to take Anthony Edwards as Rookie of the Year.
Cook Carter.
I gotta be the tiebreaker here, eh? Or the decider on if it's a tie or not. Looking at it, I don't like to get caught in the hype, but I have to lean LaMelo Ball too. Why? Okay, Melo played 51 games, Ant-Man played 72. That is definitely like if Ant-Man wins it, I think, I'm not gonna be mad either way, but that is something that needs to be said. He did play those games. However, outside of scoring the ball, which is what I be trying to get people to understand, yes, he scored 19.3 points per game. Cool. But his assists are lower. His percentages are lower. His rebounds are lower. The dude had a complete, what you say, Jalen? Complete game. He has a complete game to him. He does. And outside of him missing time, that would be the only knock on him. He averaged 6.1 assists, 5.9 rebounds. Like that's 1 or 2 more than Ant on the rebound front. I don't expect Ant to pass the ball. He's a shooting guard. He's there to score. Cool. Field goal percentage. Melo's 44%. Like he almost that is good. 3-point percentage, 36%, 35%. Also good. It's like, and then he didn't start every game either. Don't forget that. They had him coming off the bench at the beginning. I don't know how many games Ant started. I don't think Ant started out of 72. But Melo started 31 games out of the 51 he played in. And Ant started 55 out of the 72 he played in. So It's a toss-up, to be honest. I think this is the closest rookie in the year race in a minute. I don't think last year's was close. I think Luke and Trey should have been close, but the Bowden wasn't. It should have been closer, but it wasn't. And then last year's, I think Ja walked away with it, obviously. So this year, I wouldn't be surprised to come down to like a couple votes. And there might be people voting with favoritism and whatnot. But as far as playing the full season, Ant-Man as the number one pick, play the whole season, gotta respect that. Gotta appreciate that and commend that. But then as the number two pick, you broke your wrist, you come back when people didn't think you was gonna be able to come back. You pretty much rushed back, still played, helped your team make the play in, and you was electrifying. He was the Sports Center highlight every week. But I had to go with LaMelo based on I was like amazed at how good he was. I didn't think he was gonna be this in the league.
I knew he was gonna be that nice.
I knew
But,
Ant-Man.
you gotta look at the positions they play though. Like Ant-Man's only role on that team was to score, nothing else. Like zero, like nothing else. As a two guard, like he ain't even a combo guard. He's just straight two. Hey, bro, go get us a bucket. And he did that. He did his role. And LaMelo did too, though. And that's why I'm saying, like, when you look at the discrepancies between the rebounders and assists, like LaMelo's job is just way different.
Yeah.
It's way different. So you got to take into that account, though. But if I had to pick a guy who did their job the best, it'll probably be Ant-Man because he was a walking bucket.
It had to be a bucket. At the same time, it was like his game hasn't. But like, again, that's what I say. I like when players get the chance to struggle. So he got to play by himself without Cat and D'Lo. That's why next season, when it's time, he gonna be like, I'm ready. Like, I'm gonna give you I could do this. I could do it by myself. He gonna be ready. That's why I feel like it's gonna help him in the long run. However, LaMelo, the team he walked into, they weren't that injury ridden except for Gordon Hayward. So he playing a lot but I think he changed that franchise though. That's how I feel. I think LaMelo, without LaMelo, that they wouldn't have been. I don't think they would have made the play.
Got to give Gordon Hayward some credit too, though.
Yeah, but I'm saying LaMelo, when he gave him that spark when Gordon Hayward was hurt, Rozier started playing better. Devontae Graham was out, so they did have a lot of injuries too. But it's not as big as Cat and D'Lo being out. And then he made PJ Washington look better. He made them all look better, especially Bridges. Though I think Bridges benefited the most from LaMelo. Bridges, in my opinion, should have been MIP. So I guess that could be a segue into MIP.
I don't know why.
No, like not the winner. I think he should have been the he compared to last year and this year, Miles Bridges it's a big leap he made.
MIP candidates, most improved player. We have Jeremy Grant, OKC alum of the Pistons. Michael Porter Jr. of the Denver Nuggets and Julius Randle of the New York Knicks. I think Randle will win this award, but
out and put in Bridges.
I think Randall will win this award, but I'm going to take my time to shout out Jeremy Grant, wanting to lead his own team after helping the Denver Nuggets on both ends of the floor in the bubble, being a leading scorer, dropping 27. You're the man, even though you guys didn't win. You re-signed Dwayne Casey. I'm looking forward to what the Pistons are doing. This is Jeremy Grant's team. He wanted to be a true number one in the city that reflects his values in Detroit. And I think Jeremy Grant, I want him to win this award. He may not win it due to national media, bias and things like that. But Jeremy Grant, you balled. I was clown when I say you were the most valuable free agent last year, but I had your back, man. I had your back.
Yeah, we all thought you was wilding.
I think this is unanimous for MIP.
Yes.
I give you credit for Jeremy Grant. I'm not going to disrespect Michael Porter and act like he's not averaging 25. However, if you know who Michael Porter Jr. was in college, then you expect him to be a dude that came to the league and averaged 25. So I'm not really surprised.
Well, he did improve.
He improved, but it was like he was supposed to be this from the jump. Like everybody knew this is who he's supposed to be.
ACL injury.
He had this type of hype. That's what I'm saying. He had the hype just like LaMelo, but it was a little more low key. But as a scorer, everybody knew he was a scorer.
He's really like an injured first round,
overall
first pick.
Yeah, he's
like he could have been a first pick if he was healthy.
They was like that was the John Moran Zion draft, right? He was an
he could have been number one if he was healthy.
He could have been number 2. I think would have went over Ja. I don't think Zion. Nobody's going over.
No, but if I mean, if he'd have played at Mizzou like he was supposed to be, he might have won.
Nah, if he didn't get hurt, bro, it would have been.
All right.
It was nice.
That would have been debatable.
It was nice.
He was. I agree. So we all got Randall winning.
Yeah, Randall did improve. But it's like if you watch Randall, you knew he got better every year. Like I know with the Lakers, it was like people used to be hating on him a little bit and why are you trying to bring the ball up and blah 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 blah. Give D'Lo the ball. That picture of D'Lo asking for the ball, he don't pass it. Then he came to New Orleans. People really didn't like watch us. I think when he played with AD because he was really good, and then AD got hurt and he was still really good. And they bought him Boogie, I think, and he had to come off the bench, and he was still really good. And that's when he made that. He left and went to New York. That was last year, right?
Yeah.
But
yeah, he went to New York last year.
And it was like he struggled, but that team was just a makeshift. How many free agents can we get this quick? And they just put that team together, obviously, and it wasn't good. So now you can tell he's been in the lab, and all his hard work paid off. But again, he wasn't as highly touted, highly whatever they say. Like people weren't expecting all this, but
all-star.
He go to Kentucky.
So
he is good, but now he just reached that full potential and he kept working. So I think it's just give it to him.
He's an all-star.
So now, do you feel better about my Julius Randle comparison to Zion?
No, because you was calling them this before. This was.
I was literally saying, like you sleeping on how good Julius Randle is, bro.
Like, now gonna be like a Julius Randle, and I was like, "Is that an insult?" And you was like,
"No."
Oh, but it came out as an insult.
But I say it's gonna be like his game is comparable to Julius Randle's. Like, actually, I ain't gonna say that because I already know that's gonna start something that we can't get into right now. But yeah, I'm gonna just leave it at that because I ain't even gonna do that with y'all right now because y'all gonna swear up and down I'm tripping. But
you might thought of a superstar.
No, I was gonna say his game is actually better than Zion's, but
that's fair to shoot. And Zion really can't hit a consistent three yet.
But also, Julius can create for others. It's an underrated skill of his.
But he don't have to. It's all about fits.
All right.
In 6 years, they might be playing together.
Yeah, buddy. Keep praying.
Not
y'all need it.
You talking about New York? You talking about New York?
I ain't talking about New York.
He know it's over. He know it's over.
That's how it works.
Good God.
Last but not least, Coach of the Year, we have Quinn Snyder of the Utah Jazz, Tom Thibodeau of the New York Knicks, and Monty Williams of the Phoenix Suns. I could go first. I'm going Monty Williams, going 8-0 in the bubble and carrying that over and translating it into this season, where you were expected to go to the postseason when you acquired Chris Paul, but actually living up to that, being a number 2 seed. I think the emergence of Mikal Bridges and Cam Johnson, acquiring Jay Crowder, Ayton finally stepping up. We've seen in that postseason game for game 1. I think Monty Williams, he deserves his award. I think he will win it. He won the Coach of the Year award voted on by the coaches, by the association, so I think he will win it. But I also want to give a love to Quinn Snyder. Nobody expected the Jazz to be the number 1 seed with no true superstar in that team. So giving Quinn Snyder's credit, but I think Monty Williams will win Coach of the Year. Damon, what you got?
I'm also take Monty Williams. I think what people also have to consider is that Devin Booker missed time. And you think about the guys who have come and played a bigger role on this team. Like, even though he got ejected yesterday, Cam Payne coming in and playing valuable minutes in a playoff game is huge, considering he wasn't even in the league too long ago. He was taking pictures at media day with the Bulls, and people were like, who is this? So it's just interesting to see him be able to take guys like, what Chris Paul is going to do, but for Devin Booker and DeAndre Ayton in any capacity to outplay not only the defending champs, but LeBron James and Anthony Davis, to outplay them on the floor in their playoff debuts is huge. And you got to go back to head coaching for that. So I got Monty Williams.
JB?
It's Monty Williams, bro. Like, look what he's done with the Suns. But before I get into praising Monty, I just want to give Quinn his flowers, though. Quinn has done an amazing job in Utah, bro. Like, an amazing job. Like, developing Donovan Mitchell into the superstar that he is. And, everybody know how I feel about Gobert, but just putting that old thing together and making it work and actually coming away with like a number one seeding this year is impressive. Regardless of if LeBron was hurt for X amount of time, like the guys, they were rolling this year, and I feel like Quinn deserves his flowers, bro. But can't give you this award, bro. But you know that boy Monty came out. I was loving the acquisition. I felt as if Devin Booker just needed a coach and a co-star. He got it, and you know, Monty has pretty much made these guys into a prohibited favorite to win the title. Like one of the favorites to win the title. I wouldn't say prohibited. That's just being disrespectful. But you know, I just love what he did, man. From the bubble last year, going 8-0. I mean, they were really building something, and then to come in this season, add the pieces that you did, and still carry that momentum. It's just like amazing. So hats off to Money, man. Like Monty, you deserve it.
And Carter, I feel like I'm going to go on Monty Williams here. Am I right?
Yeah, I'm going Monty Williams. You know, I never wanted him to leave New Orleans when he got fired. The whole way he I feel like he was changing the culture there, and they just they got rid of him because of the superstar there at the time might not have agreed with his philosophy. But all good, good people end up finding jobs elsewhere, and they, good people gonna shine wherever they go. So I'm glad he get to shine. I think Quinn did a good job, though. I do respect what he did without Donovan Mitchell for about almost 15 games or so, and still being able to hold on to that one seed. And the Suns did take it away from him at one point. It's Monty though. I think that should be a unanimous decision on Monty. And Tom Thibodeau making it. Was he the coach of the Knicks last year? I don't know. I can't.
He was not. It was, I believe they hired Fizdale.
Fizdale.
Fired and had interim.
Now Thibodeau coming in there his first season and getting them back in the offs. That is impressive. Respect. However, it's just it was good. It's great coaching this year all around, but not all around, but in a lot of teams. So if you got to pick one, you got to pick the one that I feel like that had the biggest impact and the biggest gain. And going from lottery pick to not the lottery, but a bottom 10, a bottom 5-4 team in the league to number 2 is all I need to say. In Phoenix at that, not New York, and not in the bigger market.
I agree. That is our NBA awards predictions based on the finalists. There, as you can see today, that they will be announced during the postseason. So be on the lookout for that. Before we get into, you say what?
JB 12-2 run to start the game for Milwaukee. 2-0.
That's fine.
2-0.
Games is it's a game of runs, man. They making a run early, so we'll see how it pans out down the stretch.
No, they're not built for runs. But
before we get to our postseason predictions, I just want to hear you guys' all NBA first team and first team all defense. If you guys have that list compiled,
I do. I'll go ahead and go first. For my first team, I believe with Steph, Jokic, and Embiid, and they fixed the flexibility last year. So I think they pretty much wanted to have Jokic and Embiid or AD be eligible to where they both could make the spots with how LA was set up last year. So I'm going to have those 3 as my lock. I think Giannis makes it in. And I'm going to go ahead and give Dame the nod at the guard spot over Luka. Luka definitely deserves his recognition. I have him on my second team. But I think Dame, as far as the moments and just him standing out and being that superstar that we saw from the bubble and continue that, has to be acknowledged. So that's my first team, all NBA. For my first team defense, I'm going to take Ben Simmons, Drew Holiday continuing to be who he is for the Bucks and being what we thought that he would be. And I do want to say, I think the Bucks won the trade as far as the haul, but Drew came in and now we're seeing his paying dividends against a team that they couldn't get over the hump. So we'll continue to see if that's the case. I think Giannis continues to make first team, Draymond, and Gobert.
I can go next. For my first team, I don't know about the flexibility thing, Damon, but I didn't base mine off of that. But if they did, my list would definitely change. But for me, guards, I have Steph Curry. You know, that incredible run he went on. I had to include him on there. Number 2, I have Russell Westbrook. Now I'm playing. I got Luka Doncic make it at my second guard spot, leading the Mavericks to the 5th seed in the West. Number 3, I have Giannis Antetokounmpo, 3rd seed with the Milwaukee Bucks, helping them after the acquisition to holiday, hopefully going for that finals push. Number 4, I was struggling to find another forward in the All NBA, but I went with Kawhi Leonard. Well, what he did, he played most of the games this season than he did not ever has, but since he's been with the load management going on, this is the first time he's been playing like a lot of games. So I gave Kawhi the nod, and of course I gave MVP Jokic the nod for the center spot. For all defense, Simmons and Holiday had to put that as the guards, and Draymond Adebayo for the forwards, and I have Gobert at the center. I will say, Dylan Brooks will make a team. I think he's been exceptional, becoming a two-way guard. We've seen it in the play-in tournament guarding Curry. We've seen it in game 1 against the Jazz. Things he's able to do on both ends of the floor, and just always messing with your best offensive guard and just putting him in straps. So I think Dylan Brooks, if he makes the first 10, it'll be incredible. But for now, I have him making the second team all defense. Jalen Carter.
I agree with Demon's first team All NBA. Joker and B, Giannis, Dame, Steph. Defense, the 3 finalists, obviously. That lead 2 spots. I want to put Drew in there, but I feel like I'm missing some. Oh, Jimmy. Jimmy's in there. So I guess I go Jimmy and Drew maybe. Bam wouldn't be able to make it on there because the other 2, Draymond and Gobert. But I'll throw Jimmy and Drew in there into that race.
All right. Got that out the way. And now we get to the fun stuff, the NBA playoffs. Let's give I want to hear you guys' predictions. Original predictions for the playoffs started. I will go first. For the Western Conference, let me pull up my tweet. I have the Jazz in 5, the Clippers in 6, the Nuggets in 7, the Lakers in 5 for the West. And in the East, I have the 76ers in 4, the Nets in 4, the Bucks in 5, and the Hawks in 7.
To break it down, I'll give you my predictions before the games as well. I've got the over the Celtics in 4. I've got the Bucks over the Heat in 7. I had the Blazers over the Nuggets in 7. I had the Clippers over the Mavs in 6. Wizards over the 76ers in 7. Hawks over the Knicks in 6. The Jazz over the Grizzlies in 5. Regret that one. And the Suns over the Lakers in 7.
Oh, you got some hot takes on yours.
I do.
I guess I'll go ahead and get mine out. So, in the East, I have the Sixers over. No, actually, I have the Wizards beating the Sixers in 7.
Oh, disrespectful. Okay.
I have the Wizards beating the Sixers in 7. It's a clean sweep, Boston and Brooklyn. I feel like Brooklyn is going to sweep them. They won't win a game. 3 and 6. Well, I got us winning over the Bucks in 6. I think they got better, but the way I'm looking at the game, it's not really too much of a difference. You know, they're going on a run now. I don't regret it. I feel it's still like we're winning 6.
As of 8 o'clock, 8:01, May 24th, it is 19-5 Milwaukee. So you're saying they're going to win every game from this point on?
I believe we will. I believe we win this game. I believe we win this game. But with that being said, who I'm missing? I'm missing 3 and 6. Who's the 3rd seed this year? Out of the East. No, that was us. I'm missing 4 and 5. I just did 3 and 6.
Knicks Hawks.
Oh, I got the Hawks. I got the Hawks over the Knicks in 6. Yeah. Come on now. Stop playing. I love what the Knicks have done this year. Don't get me wrong. Julius has been amazing. D Rose has been amazing. They got a lot of nice young pieces. But at the end of the day, bro, to win playoff games, you do need star power. And Trae Young is a bona fide. I'll go ahead. The boy is a superstar.
Give him the stamp, JB.
That boy is a superstar. Trae Young is a superstar, bro. Did I have him as a superstar going in the game and before the game last night? No. But he had his moments in the Garden, gaming folks, and you got 30. Come on, man. Stop playing with him. On the biggest stage of basketball, the mecca of basketball. People don't understand the gravity that holds. The guy's a superstar after last night. He had his moment. Got to give him his flowers. Moving on to the West. I got Utah beating Memphis, bro, in 5. Like, yeah, they won't win another game once Donovan Mitchell gets back, and I'm snapping that. Also, a superstar as well.
I say he will play game 2.
He's playing game 2, and if he plays throughout the entire playoff series, I don't see Memphis beating him at all.
He told them he wanted to play, and they told him no for game 1. So
they wanted to make it seem like it was going to be a series, I guess.
I can't wait till free agency time for him comes. I know he out of there.
Oh, you stirring the pot.
No, I ain't.
No, I want him to leave.
When I seen him get that boy $72 million, I knew he was leaving when that time was up.
Oh yeah,
I knew it.
Wait, he's on a 4-year, $72 million deal?
No, they gave Gobert that money.
$200 million.
Yeah, and he didn't want Rudy there no more.
That's why I say
Rudy, with Wade being there, Rudy will be gone. I can almost, I know Rudy will be gone because it's gonna come down to either Rudy or Donovan, and you're picking Donovan 10 out of 10 times.
He part owner now.
Yeah, he's I think he's a part of their basketball operations now. D-Wade.
No, he got a stake in that team now.
Yeah, he has a stake in that team.
Yeah,
wish it could have been Miami, but hey, it is what it is. I guess.
They say he made a huge investment in the Jazz majority ownership.
He what? Wait, what? Say it again.
I'm about to read
majority.
You said majority? That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, they said the headline is Dwayne Wade made a huge investment in the $1.66 billion Utah Jazz, joining majority owner Ryan Smith. He's part with the majority. He's like, it's them two. Yeah, or it's probably more than just them two though.
Oh,
no, joining them, he's like in a leadership group.
He bought an ownership stake with them, basically.
With the majority, so he's not like he has a vote. Yeah, no more. Yeah, Gobert's gone.
Oh yeah, bye, Rudy. Yeah, out of there.
Give us the name back. Can we get the name back and y'all take the Pelicans and we get the Jazz? Because
why you saying we? That ain't my team.
No.
My bad.
We get our name back. It ain't no Jazz in Utah. New Orleans Jazz. Yeah. Let us get our name back. We gave our name up to Charlotte. Y'all get y'all name. Y'all go find
Utah Mormons. They need to change the name to the Utah Mormons.
Finish your predictions, JB.
All right, so I'm gonna start off so the Suns and Lakers. I'm gonna take my time with this one. I love LeBron, bro. I really do.
But
one of my favorite players, my second favorite player of all time. Love that team. But those guys are just plain out just not healthy. And I said it. I've been saying it all year. I said the Suns, bro, they look really good. They look great. I said them boys is gonna give the Lakers trouble if they catch them. And they caught these boys while they hurt. It's a wrap. I got the Suns beating the Lakers in 6. It ain't even gonna go 7 games.
Okay.
LeBron is hurt, bro. LeBron is banged up. Father Time is. I never thought I would say this, but Father Time has caught up to my second favorite player of all time. And to be honest, I think Ayton is punking AD right now. And I think that continues throughout the series. We saw what Ayton did. What he had, 21 and 15. That's just pure effort. You just playing harder than the other guy at that point. AD I just don't think he has the mindset. I feel like he's gotten complacent this year for whatever reason. But yes, Suns in 6. Moving on. Portland and the Nuggets. Without Jamal Murray, the Nuggets don't have a shot in hell in beating Damian Lillard. I'm sorry. This is gonna end in 5. Yeah, Jokic, you winning the MVP, but you can't do none with no Dame. You can't do. And he got Norman Powell now. Oh yeah, wrap. Bye. And who else we got here?
Last is Nick.
Oh, we got the Clippers and Dallas. I'm gonna tell you right now. What I seen game 1 from the Clippers is piss poor. I don't know what, dog. I try to defend Paul George as much as I can. I can't do it no more. I can't do it. Well, how are y'all losing to Dallas? Dallas is not, this is not a knock on Dallas, but I'm saying, think about it. You got a guy who they was just saying was the best player in the league a year or two ago, Kawhi. Then you got a dude who called himself Playoff P, and he played great throughout the regular season.
They call him PPP.
You played great throughout the regular season. I need you to elevate your game.
They call him PPPG
in the playoffs.
Hear me, JB?
Huh?
They call him PPPG now because he a scam.
Ridiculous, bruh. But I'm just sick of it, bro. It's just like, step your game up in the playoffs. You play all those regular season games for one reason only: go to the playoffs and compete for a championship. It's time to step it up, bro. You're capable. Get out your head, PG. Make me look like a genius, please. With that being said, bro, I don't think Paul George is what I had the Clippers winning beforehand in 6. But I know that ain't gonna happen. I know I'm gonna get that wrong. But I had the Clippers winning in 6 beforehand. So I'm done. I'm off my soapbox.
Carter, your original postseason predictions.
All right, I was gonna switch it up and put the Grizzlies winning, but I'm glad I did.
I'm about to say y'all boys can't.
I got the Hawks in 5.
Oh,
I got the Heat in 7. Nets in 4. Sixers in 5. Lakers in 5. Mavericks in 6. Jazz in 6. Blazers in 6.
All right.
You only get in one 7-game series, maybe, but I don't know if based on this score, I don't know if it'll be this one. That was my original pick.
Jace, you're here. Can you speak? Or it's welcome man, Jace Easterwood. Jace, how you doing, man?
Hey man, I just found $10 on the ground, man.
Oh wow.
I'm lucky. Hey, I just got on work, found $10 on the ground, man. Listen to White Teeth by YB, man. Hey, I'm feeling good right now.
My bad, bro. Quick to interrupt you, but based on another fan's input, one of my friends just saw Sean McVay at a restaurant here in Atlanta. Sean McVay said, "I'm coming to get Julio."
Whoa.
My source is the PACT chat. Y'all all in it. Y'all can go look in there and see.
Oh man.
Oh wow.
Yeah. I got a pause.
No way.
They don't got no picks. They don't got no first.
Tell get in the chat real quick. I mean, get in the in the podcast real quick and put Sean McVay on if he really about it for real. I do it. But you know how much content that'll be?
Let me talk to McVay.
Bro, should I go spend this $10 or should I keep it?
You gonna invest in something you don't need.
Food? Duke's cooked at home, though. That's straight. She's so sweet.
Well, while we try to get Sean McVay on the podcast, Jace, what were your original NBA playoff predictions?
Original?
Yeah, don't let game one bias you. What were your original predictions?
Memphis is going against Utah. I was saying Utah was going to win at first. I don't know how severe Donovan Mitchell's injury is. How severe is it? Is it a high?
We'll be back game.
Oh, okay. Well, I got Utah in 5.
All right. Lakers Suns.
Lakers Suns. Oh, y'all already know how I feel about that. I've seen it plenty of times in the first game. It happened with James Harden, Russell Westbrook, Damian Lillard, a lot of them. Lakers in 5.
All right. Trailblazers.
Oh, let Demond say something real quick.
We're not in the bubble anymore.
Oh, okay. That's all I want to hear. All right, next, bro.
Trailblazers and Nuggets.
Trailblazers and Nuggets. I got Trailblazers in 6.
All right, and
I had to win it in the first place.
Lastly, in the West, the Clippers and Mavericks.
Now this one, I had the Clippers winning in 6, but hey, I like the Mavericks. I love the Mavericks. I ain't gonna lie. I like them. Y'all saying they suck and stuff like that, which it just baffles me. But yeah, I said Clippers in 6, but let me get Mavs in 7 though.
All right. And in the East,
Mavs in 7.
in the East, we have the 76ers and the Wizards.
I had the 76ers winning that in 6. I still do.
All right.
Not 6-5. I mean 5.
5. Okay. Then we have the Wizards. I mean, not the Wizards. The Nets and Celtics.
I had the Nets winning in 6.
We giving Celtics a lot of credit. The Bucks and Heat.
Bucks and Heat didn't. I don't even know who won the first game.
The Bucks won the first game.
Who won game 1?
Bucks.
Bucks. I feel like that one goes to game 7. I really don't know. I didn't know. I really think about that game for real. So I say it goes to 7 games though.
All right, and
Give me
lastly,
Bucks.
Hawks versus the Knicks.
This one, hey, this one gonna go to 7 for sure. This one going to 7 for sure. I want Hawks though. Give me Hawks. Hawks is 7.
True to Atlanta.
Got you.
All right, before we go to music, because we're about to go to music. I want to hear. I want to hear you guys name a player or a couple, because you guys have a lot of players in mind that will take that next step into being that guy in this postseason. Which player do you have being that player?
What you mean, they're like elevating their game, or you talking about?
Yeah, whatever you want to define it as, but
D-Book.
And tell me why.
Tell you why?
Yeah.
Talk to him.
Because he's been like that. He's already a superstar in my opinion. So hey, and we said this before. Jason Tatum and Devin Booker have the game. Like they have that game, especially playoff wise. Like they have that game to elevate their team and their game. So D-Book. It should be no other answer, honestly.
Devon, what you got?
Jace took my answer with Devin Booker, as I will now be hashtagging the phrase tailor made. You made me do this. But I'm also, I'm gonna have to tell you, bro. I'm really looking at Ja, and now I think Ja has the opportunity to take his game to a whole nother level. Like, I don't know what the second round matchup will possibly be for them. And I don't think they should be favored to win it, as they should not be favored to win this one. But with Ja, they always got a chance. You watch Memphis, and, Jaren Jackson missed a lot of time. He's still getting back into the groove of things. Shout out that boy Jonas Valanciunas, looking like he back in the 6. Dylan Brooks and Bruiser is mentioned. A lot of good core players for Memphis, but it all starts with Ja. And you've seen it in the game against the Warriors, closing, it's win or go home. He's been playing with that mentality for a minute. So I just wanted to give a salute to Ja after not making the play-in, after not winning in the play-in last year and being bounced. They wasn't going out like that again this year. And he's showing why he was rookie of the year. He's worth all the hype coming from a small school. He reminds me a lot of Dame in his story, and also just his game. I see Russell Westbrook. I see Chris Paul. I see Kyrie. You can see flashes of different superstar players in Ja, and it's all just coming together. So I think Ja officially takes that next step, and Memphis will beat Utah.
Wow. Carter.
Hey, bro, can I rephrase revise my answer, please?
Sure, boy. You can revise it.
I just want to make it clear. Phoenix will lose against the Lakers. They will lose. But if they take them to 6-7 games, I feel that Devin Booker will score at least 30 plus in every single one of those games. If we're talking about somebody that goes deep into the playoffs, it would be Trae Young. And I rest my case.
Carter, or who do you have? Can't hear you. You're on mute. I didn't do it this time.
I was on the phone. Who do I have what though? I lost sight of the question. I ain't gonna lie.
That taking that next step, the leap that be like, that's the guy that the media will recognize that he is that guy come postseason. and he shouldn't be trifled with MVP considerations, making an NBA all NBA team, being that guy, that team spirit in this postseason.
I think the main 4 guys right now is
one.
No, I'm not gonna talk about all of them. I'm just saying the main 3-4 guys right now is Trey, Ja, Devin Booker, and I'm missing one. Who's the fourth one?
Tatum.
No.
All right, bro. Shit.
Yeah, you bugging.
Can't think. We was just talking about him, bro.
He was Ja.
Donovan Mitchell.
Well, he would. Well, he's not playing right now, but when he come back, he do this every year. Can't think of it right now. Maybe it's just them three.
Anyways, Donovan Mitchell?
No, because he's not playing right now. I know he does this every year though. It's never like
yeah, okay.
Consistent with it. I think Luka also becoming consistent with it. So I think the main 3 guys that could take like this 3 guys is Ja, Trey, and Devin Booker. Yeah, Ja, Trey, and Devin Booker got the most of the game. However, I don't think any of them make it out the first round, but Trey Young. And I also think the other 2 get more respect than Trey Young. So Trey needs this. They beat the Knicks and they go on to play the Sixers most likely. If they can mess around with the Sixers, and because the Hawks don't play the Sixers bad, if they play them good enough to where it's 6, go 5 or 6, and he holding his own, which he probably will because he always does, I don't think he gonna get as much disrespect no more. I think Luka overshadows him a lot. I think everybody feel like the Mavericks won that trade, so it's bad on his rep, and everybody overlooks Trey. It's like he get overlooked. But having 30 and 10 in your playoff debut in the Mecca, like Jalen said, how could you not respect him? And he's like 150 pounds soaking wet. So like, you got the small, like I'm saying, not just saying he's a small kid. You got a small kid out there hitting floaters, gaming you. You know what I'm saying? It's just, I like to see it, and I like that moment he had with his dad where he was like, "That's how we built. We built like that, son." He's like, "Yeah, Dad, yeah." So I love to see Trey get the hype. I think Ja already had the hype being the second pick. I think Devin Booker got the hype already because of his scoring ability. But now everybody get to see that scoring and facilitating ability from Trey Young. So
Big Bird.
Real quick, I'm gonna pull a Jason. Revise my.
Oh, my bad.
I still have Ja, but I think the player who has the most to gain could be DeAndre. Considering the Chris Paul injury and the way that he dominated AD in Game 1, if he can do that for a series, they'll beat LA, and I think they should be the favorites going past round 2 because the big man play is, of course, what we talk about with beating Brooklyn coming out the East. But if they are able to do that with Milwaukee, or he's able to give them that type of play, and they end up seeing Embiid in them, that'd be exceptional. So I think DeAndre Ayton, if he's able to play at the level he did, Phoenix would be damn near unbeatable.
I promise you he won't do that again.
I'm going to say, can I say something about
that? He won't do that again.
Okay.
If DeAndre Ayton can stop Anthony Davis in all the games they play, he's top 5 center in the game.
Well, it's not him stopping him. It's AD stopping him.
Exactly. That's what
AD lets people get in his head because he's mentally weak. That's his only knock on his game. He's just mentally weak. Like you have a little adversity, and he doesn't know how to handle that. That's why
I think he gets in his own head. He can't get out his own head.
The stuff I seen last night, bro, it was just bad. Like he wasn't boxing out. He wasn't doing anything. Like he was taking dumb shots. Like it was just weird. I
also need the Lakers to start looking at the veterans on their team and stop relying on certain players.
Rely on like a veteran, like who? Who's gonna rely on?
One being number 0 and the other being the new number 2.
Jared Dudley.
What?
Huh?
You said who? I don't know. It lagged a little bit. I could have sworn you said Jared.
I said number 0 and number 2 need to see.
Oh, I'm tweaking. Okay.
I did not like what I saw from number 0 yesterday at all.
Oh yeah, I never like
what I saw
from
from
him.
none of them at all yesterday. If I'm keeping it a beam.
I think Marcus Gasol is the veteran. I don't like Marcus Gasol that much, but I think the experience matters. Drummond don't have that. Let the veterans play a little bit, especially Wesley Matthews needs to see more minutes. And bro, I don't know who told Schroeder he was a starter, bro.
Wait, what?
Whoa, ho.
Wait, what?
Whoa, hold on, buddy. I gotta stop you right there, bro.
Not a starter.
Dennis Schroeder, okay. Yeah, that's
He's the third one to go get a bucket. He's gonna be the one to go get you a bucket.
You have lost your mind, bro.
He should come
Dennis Schroeder on the right team. He's a starter. Like he wouldn't start over nobody like a all-star point guard or a superstar point guard, but he's a starter at the point guard position.
Now at point guard.
Knicks. Want me to name another one?
You want me to do it again?
I don't know about the Knicks.
I agree with you, Jalen. Just let the record show.
I don't know about the Knicks because I feel like, bro, the reason I don't like him starting right now is because with the Knicks, Julius has the ball a lot of the times. With the Lakers, LeBron has the ball a lot of time. I don't trust Dennis Schroeder hitting no spot up three consistently.
Okay. He was in consideration for the $6 million a year for a reason.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I like him off the bench.
He won it last year.
I'm saying he can get a buck though. He didn't.
Some people need to come out. Will can get a bucket. But
oh yeah, Lou did win it last year. You're right.
Will bucket too, but he's better off the bench. Some people need to come off the bench.
Montrezl Harrell won it last year.
He's not a starter either. Why? Because he's better off the bench. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I think as far as complimenting, I feel like he wanted that as a one-year deal to give him what he want, but as the team,
I see what you're saying, but
the team needs to be facilitated by LeBron, so he needs shooters and defenders. Dennis got the defending part down, but I don't think he was reliable to score a three. And then when that got him, stuff don't work because Ayton's there, and Ayton did do well against that too. Then what? We got to sit there.
Look at the head of this snake, bro.
We got to sit there and know how to help. That's over with for that. All them layups like that you usually would get.
Best player hurt, bro. LeBron not healthy, bro. They not winning nothing with him. He didn't even play. He didn't have a LeBron game. He had a good game, but he didn't have a LeBron playoff. Like we know what LeBron looked like in the playoffs, bro. That ain't it at all. Not even in the fill-out game. That ain't LeBron. No. You're not going to tell me that's LeBron in the playoff game.
I've said this a lot last year. I'm not worried about LeBron. I'm worried about the person that's supposed to, because LeBron said it from the jump, this is AD team. He says that a lot, but when he says that, he means this is your team to score for. When you're not scoring, and I'm leading the team in scoring, it's an issue. And Anthony needs to be better.
That's my thing. This is all contingent upon how much do you believe in Anthony?
If Anthony plays better, it'll make everybody else look better. So Schroeder can start when Anthony's being Anthony. But when Anthony's not being Anthony and nobody else is getting buckets, it looks bad. That's what I'm saying. Like now Anthony not scoring. You got LeBron here trying to facilitate, and nobody else scoring either. So now,
but you got that force in Ayton though, bro. Ayton's a force, and I mean, Anthony Davis he's proven he just don't play well against guys who got that force like that.
Drummond didn't do hell his own like that. That's why. And Anthony, see, that's another thing. Again, about him getting his own head. He hates playing the five. Like he hates it.
The 4 and 5 can be interchangeable.
He hates playing the five. He don't like being the biggest dude on the court. He don't like having to do center duties.
Because he can't bang with centers. That's the thing. That's the problem. He don't want to bang with centers because he can't.
But we keep moving, bro. I was just
Jalen, what player do you have making that leap?
What, like on book? Come on, man. Stop playing with me, bro. You know I'm gonna say Devin Booker, bro. Come on, bro. The guy's been, you know what, bro? Superstar. Finally got the pieces he need around him to succeed from a coaching standpoint, from a personnel standpoint out on the floor. We looking at a guy who has the potential to be like the second coming of Kobe Bryant. And I'm giving him that praise because he deserves that praise. the guy is just phenomenal on the offensive end. Want to see him continue to take strides on the defensive end, which I think he will. But Devin, man, that's a special talent, bro. Special talent. I think he's the guy. Much respect to those other guys like Ja Morant. I see Ja Morant, I see Tatum, I see Donovan. Like I see all of them, bro. But by far, I think it's Devin.
Got you. And for me, I'm taking Donovan Mitchell. I know that he always elevates his game in the postseason, but I think this is the year for them to make a real playoff run. I'm talking Western Conference Finals, potentially NBA Finals run for Donovan Mitchell. We've seen them go 7, blowing a 3-1 lead against the Nuggets last year in the bubble, beating OKC with Paul George and Russell Westbrook. They always make it to the second round or go to Game 7 in the first round, just blow it at the end. But I think this is the year for Donovan Mitchell to actually take over, lead his team to the Western Conference Finals, potentially to the finals, and just start putting respect on Utah Jazz's name. They want to be recognized as a true threat, even though they're in a small market. They him and Gobert were the last 2 picks in the NBA All-Star game, but Mitchell didn't even start after having the best record in the West. It's unheard of. So I think this is the year Donovan Mitchell shows the world that, you know what, I'm here. I'm never you gonna have to deal with me for the next decade or so. So I got Donovan Mitchell, man. And we'll be back game 2 for the Grizzlies. So it'll be fun to watch. Is there any sports news, NBA, NFL, NCAA? Any news breaking before we go to music? I guess not. There, Carter, you can take it away.
So this music segment will be dedicated to the artist of the decade. That's why I got this shirt on.
According to Billboard.
October's very own.
Mm-hmm.
According to Billboard.
Not just according to Billboard.
It is.
Who would be a bigger artist in the last decade? I'm just curious.
Well, that's relative, of course, it's subjective. Billboard's
in the last 10 years, who was the bigger artist?
Well, what are we going off of?
You can go off anything, honestly, because he got it all.
Got what all? He can't dance.
Talk to him.
I'm talking about metrics. Records sold, it's him.
Numbers. Yes, I know numbers is Drake.
It's him.
He did make the Tootsie Slide.
Oh, he did make the Tootsie Slide.
What does that mean?
So we talking about from 2010.
You just said he can't dance.
He can't
2020.
Back in the no secrets. Bro, y'all tripping.
All right, continue.
Artist of the decade. You see, I got on October's very own OBO, Drizzy Drake. I don't think nobody else deserves a nod. However, last week we did get new music, and I'll be remiss if I don't mention it. Last week we got Trackstar remix by Mooski featuring Chris Brown, A Boogie with the Hoodie, and Young Blue. We also got Dr. Evil, Young Nudie. I rock with it too. I rock with that one hard. We also got Gang Gang, Polo G and Lil Wayne. Stunner Man, Birdman and Roddy Ricch featuring Lil Wayne. We also got Freedom Boys by 42 Dub. We also got Community Service by YG and Mozzie, bro. Hey, Bruce, go check that out. YG's back with some of those My Crazy Life raps. And Mozzie was on there too. They was both sliding together. And I just wanted to shout out those songs. Oh, we also got Pooh Shiesty last week. I'm sorry. Shiesty Season Spring Edition, Spring Deluxe Edition. And Young M.A. also dropped the project last week. And Young Ma. Yeah, I had to go ahead and shout them out too. All right. So, speaking of the artist of the decade, since y'all seem to have a problem with him having that title,
I don't know.
the artist of the decade, who is?
Bro, what is
The artistic genius. I think the elephant in the room of who everybody really wants to say is Kanye West, who feel like this past, we talking about decade here. He's dominated most of the decade. From 2010 to 16, it was Kanye.
But do you not know what Drake did from 2010 to 2016?
Hold on, wait. Do you know did you know that Kanye dropped one of the greatest rap? No, not greatest rap album. One of the greatest albums ever in this past decade. Did you know that?
Did you know that Drake did the same thing?
Nah.
Oh wow.
Name I can't say one of his albums is the greatest. Like Drake makes great music, bro. Like I'm not gonna take that away from him.
I'm co-signing that.
But
I agree.
Wait,
but
so this
come on,
decade
bro.
is
My
2011,
Beautiful
right?
Twisted Dark Fantasy. Like, come on, bro. Like that's a classic
care.
album.
Let's be real though. That album dropped in 2010.
Drake's dropped in 2011.
Decade 2010 to 2020. That's why I'm asking. Like, if you're gonna say 2011, okay, I give
That's what it's based on. But he dropped that album 2010, and then after that he dropped Yeezus, which I like, Life of Pablo, which I like, and then Ye, which is like in mid grade.
Then he dropped the gospel album. He's versatile. He's across all genres.
Don't talk versatile on me because Drake literally gets flack for being versatile.
You forgot Watch the Throne too.
Oh, he did forget Watch the Throne. One of the greatest collab albums ever.
I'm just saying.
What does that mean?
Don't be a prisoner of the moment. I'm saying Drake deserves his
also
flowers.
2011. It's artist of the decade,
Oh.
not artist of the beginning of the 2010s.
Yeah, like
I'm saying based on numbers, it is Drake, but this is a music conversation, so it is subjective. But I'm not giving Drake isn't my artist of the decade, if that makes sense. But if you're going off the numbers, the stats, and all that, yeah, Drake is going to have all of that.
But yeah.
If you look at artist of the decade, this Kanye was already on his third, fourth album in 2010. Drake's debut album dropped in 2010.
What was that?
Thank Me Later.
That was all right.
Then it was Take Care, 2011. Then it was We Made It and Nothing Was the Same, 2013. Then it was Wait Till You See the Way I Catch Up, 2014. If you're reading this, it's too late. Back to Back. Summer 16.
I swear Drake don't got no bad albums.
Views 2016. More Life 2017. Scorpion 2018. Dark Lane, like 2010.
I didn't care for Scorpion like that.
Scorpion, I put Scorpion as his worst album, but that was in 2018, and then he dropped Dark Lane Demos and Scary Hours 2 and Laugh Now and Cry Later, all of that since that, and nobody's had a discrepancy with those, except maybe.
I ain't listen to Scary Hours. Yeah, you know I'm coming. I ain't listen to Scary Hours though. I ain't listening to them songs.
There's no bad song on Scary Hours 2.
I just don't see how
Kanye
can be.
When we saying
I
artists,
understand Kanye is very versatile. I understand that.
we talking artists like
And then this is not even acknowledging all the singles that leaked during this time frame, from Dreams Money Can Buy, Demotion, Trust Issues, Days.
are we?
I Get Only
We're
My
talking
Side.
about music, right? Like musically, artists of the decade, right?
Yeah.
All right,
Like, what are you talking about? Pop.
man,
pop
we saying artists. You're talking music, the music artist, not like.
It's all about the music. It's not about the clothes.
Yeah, I'm just making sure.
But I think it's Drake, and I think it's a good feat for him to have. I think.
According to
All right, bro.
I'm just like, that's their award.
I just want to know why y'all think it's Kanye.
I don't really care who it is. I just don't think we should just automatically give it to Drake, unless we're going by numbers.
That's what they're going by. It's
Well,
literally Billboard.
Yeah, the dub. We're to give it to Drake.
Okay.
But I mean, Drake puts out good music.
So from 2020 to 2030, who do you think will be artist of the decade?
Drizzy Drake,
Bad
Oh,
Bunny.
Lorray.
Young Boy,
And just say Coy Leray.
Young Boy. It's going to be
Bad
YB.
Bunny there.
It's going to be Young Boy Never Broke Again.
I see it being Bad Money based on sales.
Based on sales, we're going Bad Bunny. Which is my bad, am I what you said?
I let y'all have the conversation, but if it wasn't Drake, my pick would have had to be The Weeknd for artist of the decade. OVO XO, you know the ties, but I can't see who else you would have had up there with Drake.
Well, I can't.
As far as great music consistently, as far as not getting the credit he deserves as an artist and getting this recognition, that would be The Weeknd. And
Well, that album with his face on it was bad, so nah, that's dead.
Artist of the decade only got 4 Grammys. I mean that stuff that's just crazy.
Behind the Madness was not a good.
You gonna go with
that one,
Grammys?
not that one. The one after that one. I ain't like
You
that
go
one.
based it on the Grammys, dog. The Grammys is
I
the
mean,
worst.
we talk. This whole thing is brought upon by billboards.
But
That's a
no,
Billboard award.
Grammys. I don't know what the Grammys is voted on by.
Starboy, yeah, Starboy was bad. I ain't
The
going.
Grammys is voted on by a group because The Weeknd didn't get any Grammys for After Hours, and everybody agreed that was the best album last year.
Well, all this stuff is politicized, so
No, like he didn't even get a nomination.
because he performed at Super Bowl. That was, the story came out. We all informed.
And the artist of the decade for 2020 to 2030 is gonna be Travis Scott.
I wanted to say that, but I don't know.
He's too mainstream.
I can't agree because I don't think Travis is going to drop enough music to the point where everybody's like, "Oh, Travis is on top. Travis is on top. Travis is on
That is
top."
very true.
We've not got a Travis album since 2018.
Yeah, Drake always dropping.
It is 2021.
Travis can't drop like that for a reason.
One of these young guys gotta. I think it's one of the young guys that's gonna take that next step.
Roddy
I don't
Ricch,
know who it's gonna be.
Roddy Ricch has a chance depending on his next album.
I think Roddy Ricch has a chance. I think Lil Baby has a chance just because of how often his music is out there, talking radio.
I think Polo G has a good chance too. Only 22 years old, very charismatic, and all his stuff goes #1 for some reason, like everything.
Oh, the BMW. And
I think Polo G is in that same facet of Juice WRLD. And the younger crowd listen to him. I think Polo G.
I like Polo G though. He not even that. Really not even. He y'all age. That's the thing.
I
yeah,
would,
he's 22.
Might be Kodak.
if he was still alive, X would have a chance to be the decade for 20.
No,
If he
Juice
was still
WRLD.
alive, yes. Juice WRLD
Probably Juice.
I think both of them, but X
Both
had
of
that.
them,
They
but
both had
X
cult-like
had
followings.
more Juice
They
WRLD.
both
Let's
had
be real.
cult-like followings.
I feel like you gotta take into consideration of the people they
And
are
I
too.
think they had
Like
cult-like followings, and people actually like their music. Like
I
that.
don't think that'll let X win.
Yeah,
We're
I don't,
forgetting about one guy.
there was too much controversy around X
Yeah.
in a category like this.
It's a lot, but they all have controversy. Chris Brown had
All of
controversy.
them have them. Literally, all of them.
No, but we're
Little
talking about
Uzi.
like certain type of controversy though.
Chris
Like
Brown, similar controversy. It's like
okay, but people still love Chris Brown. Like we really forgot
that's the
about
point.
it. Honestly.
That is the point. They would still love him.
They're not gonna forget about what X has done because
They don't
X is
forget
X.
what
Like,
Chris
bro,
Brown
he's
has
not
done.
Chris Brown.
We-
Yeah.
X is not Chris Brown.
He was on
Still in the same realm of stuff. They
They literally watched Chris Brown grow up from 15 to now.
He was X came out at 17.
like,
at 18,
like,
dog.
what are you talking about?
It's like it's right there.
I understand it, but he didn't come out like how Chris Brown came out.
How they
Talk to him.
Bro, Chris Brown was a generational talent as soon as he came out.
Yeah, I think to
Folks
compare
was comparing him to Michael Jackson as soon as he came out.
Like a dad.
X to-
How as soon as he came out.
It
but
is true.
I think
I was a Chris Brown fan since he first came out. I have every Chris Brown album on my phone. I
Yep.
remember.
So therefore, you should know.
Therefore, I should know that how being an artist works, and you doing something stupid when you're 16, 17 does not.
Bro, but he was mainstream as soon as he came out. Literally as soon as he came out.
Jace, that was before the internet.
What's that supposed to mean?
It does matter. And
They pushed
That's
him
even
on the radio.
Still
that's
seen what he
kinda even
did.
more impressive though.
They put the way you package an artist, and when he first came out, it's different from how you package an artist now.
But that's even more impressive. He had that following with less resources and
On a
tools.
major label, Jalen.
I think it's harder for
Okay.
you.
He was funded.
It's hard.
X is a SoundCloud rapper. Juice WRLD too. They got popping on their own.
If
It
I
ain't- They
It's
didn't
hard.
need a label to pop.
It's harder for you to give. I think it's harder for you to blow up as a rapper now than it is back in the day.
Because now everybody can do it. That's what I'm
Right.
saying. Now everybody can get on SoundCloud and drop something, and it might be far.
And another thing was, bro, X was like, I'm not gonna say he was, but he was like almost like a devil worshiper, bro.
Juice WRLD has 999. Jace, what are you talking about?
I understand, but Juice WRLD wasn't saying, bro. You seen his double XL freestyle, right? Juice WRLD ain't do that,
Did you listen to what the lyrics after him said?
bro. Nobody cares about that.
He was
We're talking about what they're doing.
He was
He's
questioning.
literally doing it.
They actually listened to the lyrics, just to feel how it came off of. I'm not tolerating no extra disrespect. Derek, next
Oh
time.
my god, nobody's disrespecting X at all. Don't do that. I'm not disrespecting X. I'm just saying who the person he is. Like, bro, they're not gonna let him win the Billboard. What's called the decade, bro. They're not gonna do it.
Like you
Huh?
just said, based on sales, everything he did when he was live sold.
That is true.
Okay.
It gotta be Lil Uzi.
Like I just said, they're not gonna let him win.
All right, Jace, because you obviously
They gon' so sales don't count when it. Okay.
It's gonna be Lil Uzi.
I think Juice and X would have had a good chance. I think Uzi.
I say Juice, not X though.
They literally like I don't know how you can separate them one from the other when they all him, Trippy, and they all three of them are like cult-like following rappers. However, Trippy is low. He's not the. I'm not. Well, yeah, he's the worst of the three right now because he's the one still here, but his music does not translate like theirs did. So I think Trippy make good music, but the world don't think Trippy make good music. Like everybody in the world won't. X made music where black people like the music, Hispanic people like the music, white people like the music. Same for Juice. Juice had that following expanded, races. Trippy got it expand races as well, but again, like my mom heard a Trippy song, she's not as likely to nod her head as she would if she heard a Juice WRLD song or an X song.
Classic album in 2017 too. It wasn't even an album, it was EP. Excuse me. So yeah.
But you have to pick somebody living for this question.
Yeah, no, I know. I was just saying. I just brought it to the dead. My fault.
Anybody? So your answer, Lil Uzi Vert, Jalen, Demond said Lil Baby.
I said Roddy.
Said Roddy Rich.
I'll go Baby.
Baby.
Lil Baby not finna keep dropping music. That's what y'all fail to realize.
He finna come out with something in the next month.
Bro, we talking about for the next decade, bro.
Why would we not?
He's not finna be doing that.
I mean, that's something that dramatically changed. So why would he not?
That boy finna start that label and kick back and chill.
But Jalen, I think he's going to definitely do that in a different light than Kanye or whoever we've seen do it previously. He's going to be on more of these tracks. I don't think the producing will be there for Lil Baby, but I think that's what he'll have to keep his pen in it and continue to drop music to let people know that he's like that. Because he doesn't have that like Ye or I wouldn't say Drake because we know Drake and 40 is one of the best duos ever. But I'm saying like
Mike.
I'm gonna shake it up. I'm not gonna go Travis. I'm going Don Toliver.
He would have to take a big step.
I think he's already taken the big step. He's on every song. Why? Because he's like
the future king right now.
Everybody knows it, when you hear his voice, you're like, that's Don Toliver. Like, and he at a point right now where he ain't missed in a minute. He really ain't missed since Astro World. Everything he does is hitting. And I think his album dropped next month too. So
I don't know.
Definitely feel that Don Toliver is one of my favorite artists right now, but
he got talent.
I feel like we're talking about an artist that everybody knows. I feel like he of course he'll still have room to blow up and everything.
That's what I said. He got one album. So right now, and think about it. He dropped his first album 2010 and he made Artist of the Decade 2020. Don dropped his first album 2020 and he just getting started. And I think like y'all said, Travis don't drop enough. I think Don drops more than Travis, and Don is he's more low, he's more chill than Travis. So Travis more like that upbeat, turned up, where Don is smooth with it. Is like it just it crosses over well, and it's like the way he says stuff. It's just so.
Well, how many albums do you need to like for the 10 years? Like how many albums do you need?
Decade. I think it's just sales. It's all about the sales. Now with this crate like between in 2010 the album was still in stores. You go buy it. You know what I'm saying? Now it's streams. Everything stream. But I think everybody had. I won't say Lil Durk, but I think Durk will get to a point he's not gonna really.
Nah, I don't think Durk. Nah.
Be a pop star.
Cuss up, nigga, killer.
I don't see Durk like taking that like because I feel like Baby's like ahead of Durk mainstream wise. Like Durk's still mainstream, yeah, but like I just don't see him taking that next step like how Baby taking that next step.
Mm-hmm.
Lil Baby got 15 million followers. Durk got 10 million.
I don't think Durk gonna stay out of trouble. That's what's gonna hold him back.
Allegedly. All right, Carter.
Last year, Durk had 3 million followers. I think Durk took a big step. I think the Drake song did that. And
no, he definitely took a big step, but I don't see him taking any more steps. I don't think he wants to.
Jason's so funny.
What you mean? It's just true. Like, bro, he's from Chirac.
Cut Carter, do you have a top 5?
Iraq.
I said top 10 Drake songs in the chat. You know, you don't see that.
No.
Julian Alberti.
Guess who has their top 10?
You ready, Jalen?
Sorry, am I?
All right, hold on. Let me do one.
Y'all want me to
I
start?
ain't ready.
from
I ain't
10 or
ready.
1?
What we doing?
Top
Top
10
10
Drake
Drake.
songs.
Told you,
Right,
Jason.
no matter mind if I put it in the chat or not, because
I was at work, weirdo.
And we're about to do our top 10 Drake songs ever, or as well so far. Certified Lover Boy coming soon. So who would like to kick it off?
top 10, no debating.
Top 10, top 10, top 10.
I'll kick it off, man. So, man, coming in at number 10. First, let me start by giving Drake his flowers. You've had a phenomenal decade, brother. Keep going. Coming in at number 10 on my list is Heck Yeah, Freaking Right, featuring Lil Wayne. Great song. Love that song. Number 9, we have Child's Play. Love this song, bro. Like, I don't know what it is about this song, but it's just amazing. Number 8, I have Houston, Atlanta, Vegas. Number 7, I have Crew Love. Number 6, I have The Ride. And going into my top 5, at 5, I have Tuscan Leather. Number 4, I have, no matter of fact, I'm sorry, I've made an error. Number 5, I have Underground Kings. At number 4, I have Tuscan Leather. Number 3, I have Feel No Ways. Number 2, I have Lemon Pepper Freestyle. And number 1, I have Take Care. Just love that song. This is the best song ever. He needs more Rihanna collaborations. I know they got this situation, but yeah.
Jace.
Oh, I'm next? Okay. I'm going to go. This number 10 is Tuscan Leather. The number 9, Houston, Atlanta, Vegas. Number 8, Miss Me. Number 7, Over. Number 6, I'm going to go Heck Yeah, Freaking Right. Number 5, I'm going to go The Motto. Number 4, I'm going to go Western Road Flows. Number 3, 4 p.m. in Calabasas. Number 2, Uptown. Hey, and number 1, maybe the greatest song of all time, Forever.
Yeah, I could go.
All right.
All right. I have an honorable mention. Back to back, that great diss he dropped against Meek Mill.
I had it back.
Yeah, to put that in there. This is not in order, but I'm gonna say it's in order. Number 10, Marvin's Room. You know, a lot of these songs are download or leaks as well. Number 9, The Motion. I guess that's just The Motion. Number 8, Headlines, great single. Number 7, Hold On, We're Going On. Number 6, Draft Day. Played it every time the fantasy football draft and NFL draft comes on. Number 5, Like I'm Lou, 6 Man, Like I'm Lou Will. Number 4, it's a leak, My Side. Number 3, Heat of the Moment. That whole pack, that leak that Derek had on his computer, I just downloaded onto my phone. It hit. Number 2, Laugh Now and Cry Later. My ASU announcement, I had a theme for that, so I had to put that high. And number 1, Yes, I'm hurting. Yes, I'm jaded. Number 1, not offline, so I had to put Jada on there. That was my top 10 Drake.
Top 10 Drake songs. Number 10, got Jodeci Freestyle, which was a leak. This song cemented Drake and Cole as 1 and 2. I'm sorry, Kendrick fans, if y'all are watching, but this song did it for me. Number 9, 4 p.m. in Calabasas, one of Drake's best verse, period, just bars. Number 8, Child's Play off Views. Number 7, No Telling off If You're Reading This Is Too Late. Number 6, Star 67. Got the Wayne sample in there to start, just classic. Turn it on when you're driving and you take you back to when that first dropped. Number 6, I got Jaded off Scorpion. My top 5, I got 3 views on here. I'm going back to back. Western Road Flows, Feel No Ways, and Views, the title track. Number 2 for me is Teenage Fever. I'm shocked a lot of you guys just left that off their list. It's very disrespectful. And number 1, and I want to say this is because it just started popping off for me, but when I heard this song, I felt like it was Drake's best song ever. Losses of Dark Lane demo tapes. That's my top 3 songs.
Okay. Had to do my honorable mentions. Y'all know I always got a lot. I'll just keep them short though. I just put 3. I got Laugh Now Cry Later with Dirk, and I got Sweet Romantic. The Girl I Know You Want. That's a hit. Number 10 for me, I got Own It off of Nothing Was the Same. Number 9, I have Furthest Thing off Nothing Was the Same. Those 2 songs off Nothing Was the Same were big. That album really was big for me. I went to that concert. I remember that around the time my grandma passed. Super big for me, especially the song about the family with Sample. Don't think about it too much. That's what it was. Number 8, I have Do Not Disturb off More Life. Number 7, I have Hate Sleeping Alone. Number 6, I have Still Here off Views. It's one of my favorite songs to get dressed to and go out to. Top 5. Number 5, I have Redemption. One of my cousins told me that song describes my love life to a T, and it does. And Redemption is also, he just spitting straight bars. Number 4, I have My Side, which was a leak. Just Why You Never Come to Where I Stay At. You can understand. Number 3, I have Marvin's Room. When I heard Marvin's Room, I was like, all right, Drake is like, he's that, he solidified himself with me after I heard Marvin's Room. A real sad boy days there. That was in high school when you thought you had heartbreak. You didn't really know what heartbreak was. Number 2, I got Feel No Ways off of Views. And number 1, I got Days and Ease. Why you keep asking about me?
Yeah, it's hard for me to leave Days and East off mine. I literally was just going through Drake, no features, and was just going through and adding songs, and I started off with 37 and had to work my way down to 10.
All right, and the last topic for the day is just name your favorite Drake album. It's gonna be quick. Bruiser, go.
If you're reading this, it's too late.
Mine, go.
Come back to me.
Jace.
If you're reading this, it's too late.
Favorite Drake album, Jalen, go.
But you can't just like
Just one. I didn't say
I gotta know it.
I said pick one. What's the best? Favorite Drake project?
Take care, bro.
Demond.
Views.
Derek. Take care. Just take care for me too.
Views is on this. Views is up there, bro.
Everybody diss Views at first, and then that's why I love when he said, "Drop an album 10 years, 6 years later, they call it a sleeper, all that."
Mm-hmm.
Views never was an album to me where I was like, "Oh, this is a sleeper." I always felt deep down that it was good enough to be number 2 or number 1.
But for me, it's like every artist, you have a project that you were looking forward to. And like when he dropped back to back, you were like, oh my God, I can't wait for Views. And it stuck the landing on everything you expected it to be and more for me. I know a lot of people still be hating on it, but it's Drake. He's going to get his hate. And that's why, to top off this conversation, I feel like that's why he is Artist of the Year. Because a lot of people, you wouldn't have had this debate like that. But with Drake, it's always some controversy that comes to his art. But when Drake dropped, I mean, you know it's coming.
Well, la dee da. Is there any news breaking? Is that a podcast?
It is. La dee da.
And this will conclude episode 102 of the PACT Live Podcast. Thank you for tuning in. Remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. We're available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and YouTube. Follow us at PACT Live Pod and PACT Live Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. I am joined here today with my cousin Demond, guys.
Thank you for having me as always.
Reaper, Jace Easterwood, fresh off work.
Fresh nails inside my white teeth.
Mr. JB with the disrespectful Saints background again.
Pleasure being here, man. Y'all know what time it is.
Last but not least, my brother, Mr. Cut Carter. What you said?
Change that background next week, boy. Cutthroat.
I'm your host, Bruiser Carter. Thank you for tuning in, rock with us. Episode 102. Make sure you go get your magazines, $20. Check social media sites, PACT Live Podcast at Bruiser Carter. go get that guy. And yeah, thank you for tuning in, rocking with us, and we are out of here.
New Pack Life.